People without GFBF, how's life? Write in the comments what you think about it. Enjoy the show. Story 1. Worthless. Looking forward to my next haircut appointment for my next physical contact with a woman, knowing I'm too fucked up to handle it and will probably break down internally the second my hairdresser starts washing my head. Story 2. I used to be fine, great even, just a few months ago. Then it hit me just how long I've been alone. First, I had to move on from my previous relationship, which was hard, but I found some peace eventually. Then I realized I needed to work on myself, learn to enjoy life on my own terms, to not have my mental state defined by anyone but myself. And for a few years, I was perfectly comfortable with that. Then I took a look at the date and realized I've been single for over a decade. In retrospect, I don't regret the person I've become. I finally like who I am. But I also realized that I got so comfortable with being single that I kind of got left behind by the way relationships work now. I always hoped that becoming a better version of myself would mean someone out there would want to be close to me. But not putting myself out there really hasn't done me any favors. So the last few months have been hard. I feel plagued by self-doubt. Sometimes I'm horribly jealous of others, and I keep resenting the things that are wrong about me compared to the people around me who are close with someone. I don't feel attractive, and the loneliness is downright crushing sometimes. Ironically, if I hadn't done all this work on myself before, I don't think I could go on. Just got to keep reminding myself that those feelings don't define me. No emotion is final. And I'd be kicking myself if I stopped short of something great just because I gave in to some dark thoughts. So here's hoping for a better tomorrow. Story 3, peaceful. Perspective is everything. There's a difference between feeling lonely and being alone. It's only when you find contentment in solitude that you truly learn to value yourself more. You no longer seek external validation. If anything, my healing journey has transformed me in ways I never thought possible. I have more time for myself now, and my friendships have been far more fulfilling than what a relationship has ever made me feel. The right kind of love will come along eventually, but it's not something you have to keep searching for. For now, learn to make peace and find joy with being alone. It's a process of building a stronger foundation within yourself. Story 4. So you know how the state of matter can go from solid to liquid, then gas? And in some situations, a solid can go to a gas. That's my life right now. I went from being single to meeting my fiancée and spending a 10 days vacation with her in 2 days. Story 5, doing a bit better, but some nights are still hard to go through. I'm in this neither happy nor sad mode. I don't know what it is, but I don't really want to be in this spot too long. I know there are better days, but some days they just hurt. Story 6, at first it seemed like I was missing out. People were always going shopping with their GFBF and going to festivals and stuff. And then I started getting used to doing all of that by myself. Now I wouldn't have it any other way. How great it is to go out and do what you want and not have to wait for someone. To decide what you want to eat and actually eat it too without someone going, nah, I don't want that. If I ever have craving, even if it's at 1 a.m. in the morning, I can walk out the door and drive to the store without needing to explain anything to anyone. If I feel like sleeping in, I sleep in without someone coming up to me and judging me for it. It started to seem better and better than people who have GFBF. Story 7. You have more money for yourself, more time for hobbies and personal growth. You can make your own decisions easier. However, the lack of intimacy may sometimes drive you crazy. Also, when traveling, not having with whom to share the hotel, so our Airbnb price sucks. Story 8. Pretty decent and calm, I can say. Sometimes I miss the feeling of cuddling tightly, feeling the warmth and safety again. On the other hand, I've really gotten used to this calm stage. In the last 3-4 years, I've met new girls and even flirted with them, but I never felt that unique sparkle again. I still feel tired, but I might say there's a tiny, very small part of me that wishes to find someone special and embark on that exciting and passionate journey again. Until then, I'm all by myself trying to fix my bad habits, grow up, and become a good and successful person. Story 950, male, single since before the pandemic. Life is easy and uncomplicated. All my time is my own, and I can invest my attention, money, and energy as I see fit. The only obnoxious family members I have to endure are my own, and I have no snarky territorial friends of hers to deal with. When I have a day off, it is not required that I use it to clean the garage or paint the fence, since now I have free time. No one is going out for lunch with an ex because he knows we're just friends now, silly. No one is putting something away to keep it safe and then forgetting where they placed it when it is needed. No one is waiting until the sports event is on before they spring something super urgent to do or talk about on me. No one is watching stupid fake drama bullshit on my TV. No one is wasting money on crap they don't need because it's a bargain. No one is in my environment getting periodically emotional or getting upset at stuff I said, stuff I didn't say, stuff I clearly didn't mean, or stuff she imagined or even dreamed that I did. No one is telling her friends about our sex life. No one is commenting on my having, say, leftover Chinese food for breakfast or drinking beer at the weekend or playing computer games. No one in my household is playing the, oh, I don't want to eat their game, and when I eat out, no one is having half of my dessert. No one is telling me how they want to be treated and then pushing me away when I give them exactly that. No one is expecting to treat me with less than half of the tenderness, affection, and appreciation that I show them. The list continues, but basically, while I do miss some aspects of having a partner, I vividly remember numerous relationships ending such that I felt better off being single. I keep hearing women say, rather than have sex, I like curling up with a coffee and a good book. Well, this is a guy who has found that overall he's happier getting to grips with a good computer game, with some home cooking and a selection of nice beers on hand. Right now, I miss having a pet dog more than I miss having a partner, and I'm not expecting that to change anytime soon. Story 10. Wonderful, delicious, stress-free. But also everyone feels like they can dump their relationship issues on me for some reason now. Everyone thinks I've reached some type of master zen level because I've been single for years but was married for almost 15 before that. Story 11. Pretty good. I prefer being single than just settling for any relationship in order to not be single. I've tried to continue in relationships that I'm not fully happy in and just end up feeling bad for the other person, for wasting their time and not liking them as much as they like me. Singleness is preferable. Story 12. Never dated anyone. No one has found me attractive, approachable, but I hope things change when I start college in a month. It honestly isn't bad, but I would like to have someone to talk to about things, share things, spend some time together, blah, blah. Story 13. My life is honestly going pretty great in basically every aspect. Lost weight over the past year and a half and started to live way healthier overall. Career has picked up in the past few years as well. Family is great, etc. But there are definitely moments where it hurts to have no one to share certain moments' experiences with. Story 14. I broke up with my girlfriend about a year ago. Returned the ring, the whole thing. She's my soulmate from hell. I miss her more each passing day. I mourn the time we don't get to spend together, the mornings lost not waking up in each other's arms, the kids we won't have together, the memories we won't make together. But we're just not right for each other, and love is not enough. I want to chase her, but she told me not to. I suspect I could get her back maybe, but we'd just drag each other down more, and I want to let her move on. Loving her is an ocean, and I'm drowning so she can float. But it hasn't been hard at all to find good-looking women to sleep with since we broke up, so I guess that's nice. Story 15. You know it's lonely, but then I realized that I'd rather be this way than chasing someone who isn't worth my time. After going through a bad couple months of getting wrecked by COVID, losing my dad suddenly, and finding out my girlfriend, also my friend of 22 plus years, had been cheating on me and living a double life, then hiding it from friends and family. I think I'm good for a bit. Been focusing on myself and working on changing my career and going back to school, so keeping busy. I feel there's a light in the darkness, and it'll take time and work to get there. I see the happiness returning, and I'm laughing more as the days march on. Story 16. I am 42. I've been single for 8 years after the divorce, but I've never been alone. I talked to women, tried dating, but it's only this year when I started dating full scale. Now it seems harder to go back to taking other people's plans into account. It's good to be in a relationship when you're with a good person. If you struggle, just be single. It's also great. Story 17. It can be tiring of all the partying. My old friends all have kids, so I had to find new and younger ones. In the summer, there are many salsa bachata parties, and this week I have been going out every day of the week. There is an endless supply of beautiful women wanting to dance with someone that knows how to do dance. Story 18. Drama-free and chill. I get my emotional needs met by my family and friends, and my more physical needs around touch and cuddling, along with the need to take care of something, are fulfilled by my cat and dogs. At this point, I honestly don't see myself dating because I have no need for a partner. Maybe financial, but I could always just get a normal roommate. Story 19, it's great. I love it and I love living alone. When I first became single, I started sleeping around with girls from various dating apps. 9/10 times they were taken. I'd even say most were married, which kind of made me not want to be in a relationship anymore, and now I certainly don't believe in marriage. Lots of y'all cheating too much. Alone. Story 20. I love my family, my friends, my hobbies. Just got a promotion at work today, actually. Paid off my car this month. Everything isn't perfect, but I'm excited for a girlfriend in the future. I have a simple life that she'll get to become a part of, and I'm so excited to get to become a part of her life. But until then, life is good. Story 21. I've been single since 2017. I was happy to finally be comfortable in my own skin and not feel like I needed validation by having a partner. That worked for a while. I now really want to find a best friend smooching partner. But I'm terrible at doing that. The finding, not the smooching. I know I won't be alone forever. I know I'll find someone eventually. I just hope it's not a situation where I look at her and think, yep, this is the best that I can do. Story 22. It's all right. My main source of comfort are my friends, TV shows, and other stuff. But there are a lot of things I miss about being in a relationship, YK. I do enjoy not having responsibilities at least, but it sucks when all of my friends are getting into relationships and it feels like I'm a fifth wheel. Story 23, it's okay. There are definitely aspects of having a relationship I miss, and there are aspects I definitely don't miss. I think the thing I miss the most is cuddling up on the couch and watching a TV series together. The major aspect I really don't miss is putting on a facade when I really don't want to. I've always fallen into the role in my relationships where I'm like the foundational rock, steady and always able to be leaned on. I fixed everyone else's problems for so long that I forgot to fix my own, and it ultimately boiled over to the point where I was burning myself. At the moment, I enjoy dating casually and working on making myself someone I love again. Story 24. It's both fun and unfortunate. Fun because I don't have to give time to another person, call them even when I don't want to, engage in conversations, even if I'd like some alone time. Unfortunate because it gets sad on a free weekend when one would want to hang and chill. Also, it's nice to kiss and cuddle and maybe go grocery shopping with. Story 25. To be honest, I don't think about it at all. I prefer to live in the moment and take each day as it comes. I've been a victim of overthinking before, and I've realized it only eats you up. People who feel incomplete or empty without a partner need to dig deeper and look for happiness within themselves. You don't need anyone to complete you. It's all rubbish. If you aren't happy and content being single, getting into a relationship won't fix it either. I focus on myself. It's all I have and will always have, even when the whole world turns its back on me. Have hobbies, make friends, study what you like, get a job. Just do your thing, and maybe someday you'll bump into someone while you're busy living instead of chasing. I'm not a rusher. Story 26. It's like a roller coaster that's mostly uphill. Sometimes it's pretty chill. No drama, no obligations, just doing your own thing. You can binge watch whatever you want, eat cereal for dinner, and not worry about someone else's weird habits. But then there are those moments where you kind of miss having someone to share the little things with. It's a mix of freedom and the occasional wave of loneliness, but overall, it's not too bad. Plus, it gives you time to focus on yourself and figure out what you really want. Story 27, excellent. I was married for 22 years until I caught my wife having an affair. Filed that day and booted her to the curb. After the smoke cleared and the assets were split, I decided to take a year to work on myself. Since then, I've dropped almost 100 pounds by eating right and hitting the gym for 2 hours a day. I'm healthier than I was in my 20s and have gotten to be comfortable in my own loose-hanging skin. I got back into church and reconnected with all my old friends who dislike my wife. I date some, but most likely won't ever do the marriage route again. But if I find a partner who meets or exceeds the criteria I have set for a new partner, then who knows? I learned a lot about myself and what to avoid in my future relationships. If you can't be happy by yourself, you will most likely not be happy with someone else. So, it's important to work on what makes you happy and what brings happiness and purpose to your own life before even trying to get into a long-term relationship. That's just me, and everyone is different. I just live the best life I can by staying in the present and not worrying about the past or future. I can't change the past, and the future will work itself out on its own. Great men are forged in fire. It's the privilege of cheating ex-wives to light the flame. Story 28. It's like a roller coaster that's mostly uphill. Sometimes it's pretty chill. No drama, no obligations, just doing your own thing. You can binge watch whatever you want, eat cereal for dinner, and not worry about someone else's weird habits. But then there are those moments where you kind of miss having someone to share the little things with. It's a mix of freedom and the occasional wave of loneliness, but overall it's not too bad. Plus, it gives you time to focus on yourself and figure out what you really want. Story 29. I get to sleep on my own schedule, stretch out on my bed with all the blankets to myself, have peace and quiet when my social battery runs dead. My finances don't have to account for someone else. And all the while, I go to work every day and listen to everyone else bitching about what their girlfriend did or why their boyfriend is oblivious. I'm comfortable and content, and I see nothing a relationship could possibly give me that isn't already covered by some good friends and a good sex toy. Story 30. To be honest, I don't think about it at all. I prefer to live in the moment and take each day as it comes. I've been a victim of overthinking before, and I've realized it only eats you up. People who feel incomplete or empty without a partner need to dig deeper and look for happiness within themselves. You don't need anyone to complete you. It's all rubbish. If you aren't happy and content being single, getting into a relationship won't fix it either. I focus on myself. It's all I have and will always have, even when the whole world turns its back on me. Have hobbies, make friends, study what you like, get a job. Just do your thing, and maybe someday you'll bump into someone while you're busy living instead of chasing. I'm not a rusher. Story 31. Frequently get down about it like I always have, but I don't let it stop me from achieving everything else I want to achieve. Lads and lasses, sometimes in life, you've got to reassess where your mental effort and limited time is spent and put all of that into things you actually have control over. I gave up on putting any effort into becoming not single or even thinking about how much I want to become not single so I can spend that effort somewhere I actually have a chance. Story 32. The idea that your happiness is tied up on another person is horrid. Being confident and lean in yourself should be what matters the most, and create happiness, while a partner should be an attribute to that happiness. Depending on another person as a whole is setting yourself up for disaster, and while you don't have a partner, dating can be done and needs can be met in many ways. Story 33. To be honest, I don't think about it at all. I prefer to live in the moment and take each day as it comes. I've been a victim of overthinking before, and I've realized it only eats you up. People who feel incomplete or empty without a partner need to dig deeper and look for happiness within themselves. You don't need anyone to complete you. It's all rubbish. If you aren't happy and content being single, getting into a relationship won't fix it either. I focus on myself. It's all I have and will always have, even when the whole world turns its back on me. Have hobbies, make friends, study what you like, get a job. Just do your thing, and maybe someday you'll bump into someone while you're busy living instead of chasing. I'm not a rusher. Story 34. It's life, good and bad, but it's less work, IMO. I tend to be introverted and eccentric. I don't enjoy people in my space for long, and I don't like anyone trying to mold/guilt me. I hate thinking like a couple, and I don't have much interest in attending dinners, family functions, special occasions, etc. So stay single, and find it easier. Story 35. Peaceful. I don't have to deal with a woman's narcissism. I can play video games whenever I want. I have my own game room with a pool table, air hockey table, foosball, claw machine, arcade cabinets, restaurant-style booth with table, thousands of games. I couldn't have any of this amazing stuff if I had a girlfriend. All I would have is needless responsibility. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, like it. Be sure to write comments and share your stories.